propane.
Okay, let's go. For all you Street Fighter people out there, you may recall that Cammy had a move named Cannon Spike, and those crazy bastards at Capcom made a whole-ass video game based on that one move. They did have to kind of deviate from the source material a little, though. So, we got all your third-rate Capcom characters to pick from. There's Mega Man hiding away in the corner. Will be the Ghosts and Goblins guy, although I don't remember him looking like that in the games. So, let's go. Let's hit this. Let's all go out for some frosty chocolate milkshakes. And we'll save that for afterwards. So, Cannon Spike is fairly simple. Just point at the man until he stops moving. Simple as. It's like that Family Guy joke where they had that educational children's video about gun violence, and there's like a little puppet of a handgun, and he says, "Hi, I'm Petey the Pistol, and if you squeeze me, I can make bad people go away." You're probably thinking, how does that relate to this exactly? Okay, let's Harambe that gorilla over there. Yeah, that was easy. I like how he exploded at the end. Is that what Harambe did? So, things move very fast in the world of Cannon Spike. Here we're already at the first boss. This game's got what you call arcade pacing, because the Dreamcast was home to many fantastic arcade ports due to the way it was designed. You see, I might not be 100% accurate on this, but I believe they took the Naomi 2 arcade board that they had used for arcade games in the past, and they basically just shrunk it down and put it in a beige box, and bam, you got yourself the Sega Dreamcast. And as a result, Capcom especially was able to port their back catalog of arcade games. We got this, we got Project Justice, we got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Capcom gave the Dreamcast a lot of love. They were like a reverse EA in a sense, because EA tried to rip off Sega with the Dreamcast, and they couldn't quite get their contracts figured out.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Yes, indeed, the villain of this game is going to send every variety of enemy to try and stop us from whatever it is that we're doing. I skipped over the plot, so I guess we just kind of have to assume that our main character is on some kind of shooting spree and everybody's trying to stop him. Isn't that a funny word, spree? I mean, you hear shooting and oh, that's horrible, but then you hear spree and you associate that with like frolic and joyfulness, and maybe it's not so bad. Actually, yeah, it is that bad. You know, I like this completely made-up plot that I came up with about the main character being on a shooting spree better than whatever the actual plot is. I mean, look, they set up a police barricade to try and stop him. The evidence is all around us. Speaking of barricades, did you guys know that the guy who wrote the Peanut Butter Jelly Time song was killed in an 11-hour police standoff? Not unlike the one we're looking at right now. You're probably thinking, what do you mean not unlike the one we're looking at right now? Did he have a giant lance that shot out green laser beams at a helicopter? But the first thing I said was true, at least. That guy had some problems. And now he's dead. Yeah, look at this thing. Speen. Holy crap. You know, that's the thing, when shmups just do that crazy move where there's just bullets literally everywhere, my brain just shuts off, and I don't know how to find that one spot where you dodge them, you know? In some cases, it's probably not even meant to be dodged. It's just the game trying to rip you off. So, I've managed to make it this far without losing any lives. We do have to be a bit careful about that. Whereas with most arcade conversions, they let you just put in more virtual quarters whenever you want, and you can just keep the game going basically forever. This one operates a little bit differently, in that we are actually limited to 3 continues. So unfortunately, we are not immortal. I could get a game over think I might be foreshadowing to something that happens later in the episode. So, damn it. It's kind of hard to aim in this. They've got a lock-on, but the lock-on only works if you're already pointed in the general direction of your opponent, making it only partially useful. Not to mention the trigger on my old Dreamcast controller doesn't work too good. It's gotten a little worn out over the years. I mean, it is 20-year-old plastic at this point. Isn't that weird to think that the Dreamcast is well over 20 years old at this point? We're all getting old. Kind of interesting how they named that one Flying Fortress. Wasn't Flying Fortress the type of aircraft that the U.S. used to bomb Hiroshima? I guess that really stuck with them. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. And where to next? Why, the jungles of Vietnam, of course. You just never know what Cannon Spike's gonna throw at you. And look at that, they just got a regular-ass alligator you can shoot amidst the, all the drones. PETA would not be pleased. You know, I learned from a substitute teacher I had once many years ago that alligators are actually highly resistant to bullets. You see, he was a Vietnam veteran, and he was telling us a story about how he was just kind of, you know, screwing around, and then his guide started getting all freaked out and saying, "Get up in the tree, get up in the tree," and so he didn't know what was going on, but it seemed pretty important, so he got up in the tree with the guide, and then an alligator came out of, like, the little pond nearby, and was just stomping around and stuff. And he had the idea to try and shoot at the alligator with his machine gun, and the thing's hide was so thick that the bullets just bounced off, and all he really did was piss the thing off. And then what it tried to do is the alligator started bumping its snoot against the tree where the guy was climbed up, and he was trying to shake him loose, essentially. And scary times, huh? So anyway, who's this guy? Sasuke? Is that the character that all the fangirls are always fangirling over? He's just like a weird bug man that looks like something out of Ultraman. I don't see what the big deal is. Okay, and from Vietnam we now go to a train station, I think? Or maybe we're just running down a hallway really fast. It's like one of those moving sidewalks at the airport. Just think, if the Dreamcast had gone on to live a full life, we could have had plenty more wonderful arcade conversions just like this one. Specifically, the games we would have gotten, well, I can't tell you that. I mean, obviously, I can't see into the hypothetical future, but I think at a minimum we would have got Super Monkey Ball. That would have been kinda cool. Hard to say how it would have run, though. I mean, Super Monkey Ball struggled on the PS2 of all things, so the Dreamcast might not have done too much better. And you know what else we could have gotten? It wasn't an arcade game, but, you know, the premiere of Family Guy in the first couple of seasons did line up with the life cycle of the Dreamcast, so maybe the Dreamcast could have had Family Guy the video game if things had gone differently. Just imagine that. The fabled Naomi 2 hardware being used to render Peter Griffin and the baby making jokes about fucking who's a TV character from decades past. Tom Bosley. That's basically the essence of Family Guy, is just extremely dated TV references. But enough about Family Guy. You guys came here for Cannon Spike. So right now we're trying to take down the crazy cat lady, sort of like from The Simpsons. It's always sad when someone grows up to be a crazy cat lady. That is a byproduct of society not providing for people's social needs. People just turn inward and just become total lunatics. There's a good number of people I went to high school with who probably turn out to be acolytes of the crazy cat lady, or in some cases the crazy cat man. So anywho, next up we gotta fight Sting. Apparently he's in on this too. First the Power Rangers, and oh, not you too, Sting. What kind of a strange conspiracy is this? Such an eclectic mix of fictional characters and real people. So this has co-op, by the way, but that don't matter. I mean, you really think you're gonna find anybody who's willing to play Dreamcast games with you in 2022 AD? Okay, this guy's got an infallible strategy of just corner you and stab you over and over again. Hard to compete with that. It certainly is frustrating to make it all the way to the end of the game just to lose there. But hey, what can you do? So yeah, that was Cannon Spike. The whole game's like 10 minutes long. Not much to it.